So I've made another video on replacing the rear accumulators on a self-leveling 123, but I did this one on my brother's 116, a 280 with rear self-leveling. And you can see the car bouncing around here quite horribly. It should dampen immediately. So I'm going to replace the accumulators. Here they are. They're Cortico, but there's Swag, Febilem, Forda, and a Mercedes. I'm sure they're all from the same factory. And so you can see here are the accumulators, of which you'll need two, being the same part number for each side at the rear. Now, I'm not sure how old they were on my brother's car, but I gather it was probably a good 7 to 10 years. Here's the old ones, and I think that top right number is 1907. I think that was the 19th week of 2007. I don't know. Here's some of the hydraulic fluid from Vico, of which you'll need to top this up because you're going to lose some. So the rear passenger side, or left side for us in Australia, these things are only held on by three 13mm nuts. I've done this the wrong way. You should remove your lines first and then do these. The front two bolts are a little bit more awkward. I do have the car up on the hoist. Doing this on ramps is possible, but not that pleasant. So I'm just loosening those 13s there, and then you'll see I move on to the hydraulic line, which is an 11, and the line which I think goes off to the strut, which is a 17. Now the line with the 17 also has that adapter which you are going to want to take off to put on the new accumulator. So you can see there's the line, which you do first, but you want that adapter off. You can see on the left of my hand, and taking that off now will be easier than when you have it out on the bench in a vise. So this is why I got this slightly around the wrong way. You can see a bit of fluid comes out. It's probably the equivalent of about half a litre. So you probably want 1 to 2 litres of hydro fluid available. You can see there the new one's going in now, lining this up and getting the 13s on before we reattach the lines. And the hydro line there. So this is the adapter coming off the old one on the bench. And I'm about to go and put this back in now. Again, this is just easier done when it's attached to the car, because otherwise the feet of that accumulator, I'll call them, putting them in the vise will deform them. So do this with it on the car, I think, is a safer option. So that's tightened up now, and we'll get the line attached. So the access actually isn't terrible for a lot of this stuff. So then just torquing that down, whilst, well, I should have some counter traction on the other one, I'm sorry, but I'm doing it one-handed with a phone and camera in the other hand. And there it is. So now off to the right side, or in Australia, the driver's side, the same process. Detach the lines and the adapter, then take off the 13mm bolts, and there we go, the 2 bolts at the front, the 1 bolt at the rear, or nut I should say. In goes the new one. On go the nuts to retain that, and it's in. So now these things are in, we're feeling good. It's time to fill up the hydraulic fluid at the front of the car. Now, it doesn't need to be said, these accumulators are different to an all-wheel self-leveling car like a 6.9 or a 560. So here is the reservoir at the front, and there is a filter attached to this which you might like to replace. I'm sorry, I didn't do this on my brother's car. I don't have the part number on me. But you can see now that I've topped it up, the damping there, 1 push and 1 spring and it's gone. So you can see there, that dampens compared to previously. And these things just creep up on you over the years. You don't realise your car's probably riding shabby until your kids are in the back feeling a bit queasy. So you can see on the left before and the right after, not the best before and after, but it'll do. So thank you.